You want to see what I'm doing? I'm making a very large pot of soup. I'm just getting started. I'm making something called Gumbo Z'Herb, something I've never eaten before, something I've never made before, but I saw it on a television episode of Decreate. It's a New Orleans classic, and thought I'd give it a try. It's also known as green gumbo because there's anywhere between 5 to 9 greens that you would grind up and put in this gumbo and serve over rice. Some of the products that I'm using, I wanted to keep it pork free just because I got a few people who don't do the pig. But I want to keep it pork free and fish free. So I was focusing on beef and poultry as my proteins. Now I want to point this out. We got 3 different types of sausages here. A beef sausage, very good. And then 2 others I've never tried before. A chicken sausage, a chicken chorizo. And then also this other chicken sausage. Even though this is a chicken sausage and this is a beef sausage, if you read the ingredients, you'll see that it's in pork casings. So that's the best I could do. So I don't know if that's offensive to anyone who doesn't eat pork, but that's the best I can do. This one is not in a pork casing. It's in a, how does it read? Anyway, it's not in pork casing. All right. So we have that to work with. Now, when I watched the video at a little episode of this from Leah's restaurant down in New Orleans, the way they did it, they had a variety of different sausages that they put in there. And according to the video, I didn't even see any andouille, which is really popular in that area. But it was a combination of smoked sausages and fresh sausages. I don't have anything that's really fresh here because I was trying to stay away from the pork and that sort of thing. So I got what was available. One of the sausages that they were using, which was interesting to me, was a chorizo. And so this is my version of a chorizo since I'm trying to keep it pork free. This chicken sausage, which is chorizo style. They also put veal in there. I don't have any veal. I got some beef that I'm gonna cube up, season with Cajun spice, sear, and add to the pot. And I'm gonna do the same thing with these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. To the pot, we have some smoked turkey backs, wings, and legs. And when they're done, they'll be shredded. And this pot liquor or broth, whatever you want to call it, will be the base for our soup after we build our roux. The meat, like I said, from those bones will be shredded and added back to the soup at the very end. The greens go in here for about 30-45 minutes. You drain them, you grind them or blend them, okay? And then you add it back to the pot during the cooking process. So the end result is a green gumbo. So we'll keep you posted throughout the process, show you step by step what we're doing, and then let you know what the final outcome will be. So here's the rest of our mise en place. We have the proteins that have been seasoned in Cajun seasoning blend. As we showed you before, we have the Holy Trinity, onions, green pepper, and celery. You can't cook anything that's from New Orleans without Holy Trinity. What's going to happen is we're going to get a nice sear on these proteins on both sides. We're going to get a nice sear. We're going to let them cool. We're going to dice them. And then we are going to add them to our pot, again, towards the end of the cooking process. What we're not going to do is cook them all the way. when we get the sear. We just want a nice crust on either side. And after they're diced and added to the pot, then they will continue to cook further and add flavor to the soup. Now let's talk about the greens. I have 4 different greens. I have collards, turnips, spinach, and I have kale. Someone who traditionally makes this dish, they will tell you that you need an odd number. And the reason for that is because it's believed that odd numbers are for good luck. I'm not a superstitious person, so I could care less about that. I just want tasty food. So I have 4 greens because that's what I was able to find at the stores that I went to. Some interesting things that they may add to the greens that I mentioned would be maybe mustard greens, carrot tops, so the greeny leafy parts to the carrots, beet leaves, the nice green leaves, green and reddish color leaves that are attached to beets, which are delicious, by the way. Swiss chard, that's an option to add. I think down at that Leah's restaurant, they use 9, so that's quite a bit. Today, we're only using 4. Again, I don't serve a god of good luck. I want to talk a little bit about this pot, this stock pot that the greens are going to be blanched in, if you will, par cooked in. We talked about the turkey parts, smoked turkey parts. There's an onion in there and there's celery in there that's going to help add flavor to this broth as well. But I want to point out some other items that are in there. 2 of these smoked turkey parts was 1 16-ounce container of beef broth, 1 chicken broth, and 1 vegetable broth. I do not cook, stew, braise my turkey parts for greens or any other vegetable in straight water. I use some type of stock or bouillon for additional flavor. And then you taste it once the product is done, and then you see what the salt level is, and then see what else you may need. So that might be a helpful tip for someone who was wondering. Gotta stir that roux. Keep working with it till it's a nice dark chocolate.